Choosing a financial advisor can be one of the bigger decisions you make in life. If you choose the right person, it can be calming, fulfilling, and financially rewarding. Working as a financial advisor now for over 20 plus years, I perfected a 4-step process that I take all new prospective clients through. The objective of this process is to explore, illustrate, and quantify the value we bring to someone's goal achievement. Please keep in mind that as I explain this process, although we don't charge people to go through it with us, all that we ask is that you keep an open mind that at the end, if you perceive value, that you're open to potentially working with us. Meeting with people for the first time is probably one of the most enjoyable meetings for me. It's a chance for me to get a clear picture of what's important to you now and in the future. It's a chance for me to ask a lot of questions about yourself, your family, your goals, your aspirations, your frustrations, your concerns, so I get a clear picture of what's important to you. It's also a chance for me to highlight the strengths of our value proposition and perhaps share some financial concepts that might bring immediate value to you. At the end of this meeting, I send you a detailed email highlighting all the notes and summary that we've taken away from our first time together. If we haven't had time, or perhaps we need more details, we'll send you home with our planning intake form. Completion of this form forms the basis of the financial plan that we'll illustrate in our second meeting. The second meeting is really where our skills start to shine, and when people usually say to me, "Stephen, this is exactly what we've been looking for. We wish we met you years sooner." The outputs of the plan are only as good as the inputs, so we want to spend a lot of time reviewing the inputs we've used to create what I call your base plan. We review details such as your current portfolio. What are you holding in your TFSAs, your non-registered portfolio, your RSPs, your LIRA perhaps? What's your risk tolerance in those various accounts? We look at your CPP, your old age security. What are the estimated amounts that you expect to receive at, say, age 60 or 65, or when you plan to initially retire? We also want to review your defined benefit pension. What amount are you going to receive? Is it split with your spouse? We want to record what your house is worth. If you plan on downsizing in the future, we need to know the value today, as well as a conservative estimate on the growth of that property. If we're looking at retirement planning, we need to not only look at your planned expenses today, but also what you want to spend in the future. Unfortunately, a lot of retirees are under-living their retirement years because they haven't planned this one crucial variable properly. We like to segment retirement into 3 main categories. The go-go years. Those years are usually between, say, years 60 and 75, the first 10 to 15 years of your retirement. It's usually when you're most healthy. The slow-go years we define as maybe years that aren't as active as the go-go years, but yet you still want to get out and do things. The last segment is the no-go years. In this segment of retirement, usually you're spending a lot less than your active years. If there are discretionary expenses, such as planning to replace a car every 5 years, or perhaps planning for a travel budget for the next 5 to 10 years, or perhaps golf dues that you expect to be paying for the next 20 plus years, we need to record these expenses accurately so we can get a true picture of your base plan. Once we've confirmed that all the inputs we've added are correct, we want to simulate your financial future in what we call your base plan. One of the financial strategies we may illustrate first is changing when you start your CPP. What you'll notice here is that when Jane and Joe start their CPP at age 70 versus at retirement, Jane actually has portfolio value at age 90, hence she doesn't run out of money before she turns age 90. The next strategy we may want to look at is how to create a tax-efficient retirement paycheck. How do we pull money from your various accounts, CPP, old age security, RSPs, non-registered, perhaps your pension plan, and create that tax-efficient retirement paycheck? This strategy alone has a profound impact on the longevity of capital, and as you will see by clicking this strategy, John and Jane's portfolio, when Jane's 90, is massively increased over not implementing the strategy. Perhaps John or Jane want to work part-time when they're retired. We can illustrate that strategy as well. In this case, let's say John wants to work for the first 5 years of retirement, and he may earn, say, $50,000. You'll notice the quantitative impact that it has to their bottom line and the size of their portfolio over their retirement years. One of the strategies that you should be always implementing if you've got available cash flow is making sure you're optimizing your TFSA. You'll notice here by clicking that button, again, we see the portfolio grow higher over the lifetimes of John and Jane Doe. If we simply analyze what value implementing these 4 strategies have done for John and Jane Doe, what you'll see is that instead of John and Jane running out of capital before Jane turns 90, she now has $1.5 million in a portfolio at age 90. Imagine the retirement John and Jane will have knowing that they're not going to run out of money and the ability to spend more if they want to in the future. Following the conclusion of this meeting, I follow up with a very detailed email with screenshots highlighting the recommendations we've made so John and Jane can make informed decisions. Money is a means to an end. It gives you the ability to achieve your goals. The question is, how should your portfolio fit your plan to be most tax efficient while minimizing risk? There are 2 main components in our overall analysis in our 4-step process. The plan that we've created in our 2nd meeting and our portfolio analysis, which we'll now go through in our 3rd meeting. We start the 3rd meeting reviewing our detailed email that we sent out after our 2nd meeting. That, followed by our portfolio analysis, will have you leaving this meeting understanding the key planning strategies we recommend that you implement and the portfolio adjustments that will help you achieve your goals in the most efficient way. After our 3rd meeting concludes, I send out a detailed email, both highlighting some of the key components from our 2nd meeting, as well as some of the key discussion of our portfolio analysis that we completed in our 3rd meeting. In our 4th meeting, it enables me to tie all of our discussion we've had up till now, highlighting some of our recommendations we've made and quantifying the value it brings to your overall goal achievement. At the end of this meeting, it's up to you to gauge the merit of our value proposition and whether you'd like us to make our recommendations your reality. If you're interested in going through this process of exploring how we would build and optimize a plan for you, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to book an appointment at your earliest convenience.